And I can't agree with you anymore. I mean, many of the analysts that we've spoken to this morning have echoed your sentiments of no real surprises when it comes to what the minister will say today. Of course, this year being an election year means that he will tread very carefully, very lightly, not to rattle feathers. So we'll find out what he has to say about sin taxes. Also, another thing that we haven't spoken about this morning, the National Health Insurance Scheme and how that will be funded. We're hoping for more clarity when it comes to that. In previous budget speeches, we had hoped to hear a little bit more detail, but very few and far in between when it comes to information there that has been given out. But so a lot of people are waiting to hear what the minister will say. One of the analysts saying that he will probably come bearing gifts as much as he possibly can, I suppose, within the frameworks of how much he's working with when it comes to what's in the coffers. But we've been speaking to ordinary South Africans today to just catch a glimpse of their interest in the budget speech. Do they care? Do they know the effects of what is allocated? Do they feel the money that's been sent out? Does it trickle to the ground? We're going to speak to one of the ladies that we managed to stop on her way to wherever she was going this morning. This is live TV, I tell you. We just pull people aside and ask them, what do you think about the budget? What are you hoping for? So I'm going to ask her name now and actually hear from her herself what you're expecting from the budget speech. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Inga. Again, from citizen of Cape Town, from the Eastern Cape. But basically what we're hoping for is more investment in social housing, which has been a big problem, that people still waiting for houses for ever how long. Also improvement in mining towns, delivering on projects that the government has promised for a very long time. Like we've been hearing from Parliament that there have been presidentially proclaimed projects that the government has not been paying attention to. So we're hoping for more investment on that.
You seem very clued up, I must be honest. You've taken me by surprise. What do you do and why your interest in the budget?
I work for the Parliamentary Monitoring Group, so we basically monitor the committee section in Parliament. So I am clued up on some things that are going on, but lately I've been following on social housing.
And why are these issues close to your heart? I mean, we're celebrating 20 years of democracy this year, just taking a look at the past budget speeches and the various emphasis thereof. Tell us how you think we've come along when it comes to that.
Well, I am particularly interested in these areas because, as you said, it's been 20 years of democracy and people have promised this thing a change from the lives that they were living before into basically integrating them into this new South Africa with housing, with safe and secure housing, food security and all that. So my interest in the budget speech is basically just improving the lives of the ordinary citizens as they promised 20 years ago.
We'll leave it there for now. A young, vibrant South African clued up on matters that affect the country with some personal interests as well to this particular budget. And that's it. That's exactly about that, is it not? You and I at home wondering what's in it for me. What are your issues of interest? What are you hoping that the minister will say? One of the analysts also saying that he's not just going to take a domestic look, but also look further afield as far as international ratings agencies are concerned, as far as our peers in various sectors are concerned, our countries, other countries, and our counterparts, what they will have to say about our budget, because as I mentioned, it's not just an introspection of the state of affairs in the country, but also taking a look at what other people will have to say about this particular budget. It is about the message that Minister Pravin Gordhan wants to allude to. It is about the legacy of this dispensation and also dispensations and administrations past, is it not? Just taking a look at the 20 years of democracy in South Africa and what that has had in store for us, and forecasting the next 20 years. What should that focus and that emphasis be on? So that's all that we're going to be looking at today, all those various issues. I'm looking around now to see if I can doorstop anybody else, but I think we're a little bit tight on time because people have gone to work, people have gone to school. Wait and see. I'm going to try and stop this lady and see if she will talk to us. Sissy, a very good morning to you. How are you? We're from Morning Live. Do you have any time at least to talk to us about the budget speech?
I don't think I do. I'm actually late.
You're late for work. Late for work, perhaps a little camera shy, and maybe even, not very interested in the budget. Well, possible reasons why she doesn't want to speak to us at the moment. But as I said a little bit earlier, it is a little bit late. Anybody who's walking past us now will be rushing to and from work. And those of us who do go to work and who are lucky enough to be employed will be wondering whether or not we will be taxed even more for issues like the NHI, for other issues that concern the government. One of the sectors or one of the key priorities in this particular administration frustration is the tax pool and whether or not it's large enough to accommodate all the South Africans who are dependent on social grants and other areas. So we'll be looking at that as well. So if you do have a job, tax is a problem for you, VAT, all of that we need to find out from the Minister today if he'll have anything up his sleeve that will perhaps appease us or not. So there are one or two people who are running away from our camera. I think we're not doing our job very well this morning. We're supposed to be attracting the masses, not making them run away. But let me see if I can work on one or two of them to speak to us after the short break. Right now, I'll hand you back to Joburg.